Hi guys, welcome to Trazone.com. This is Mohit Soni and right in front of you is the Tata Altroz. Yeah, you've seen it on our channel a couple of times. The reason why we have it here again is because finally the Tata Altroz gets a much awaited turbo petrol motor which is derived from the Nexon. What else is new? Let's find out, because apart from the powertrain changes there are not many changes, so let's discuss that quickly on the outside at least. And to begin with, this is the new Harbour Blue color that Tata is introducing with the turbo petrol engine, and it looks rather stunning. And this is the kind of blue that you always look forward to. This is the new iTurbo badging, and as you can see at the back, it continues to look the same, which is to say that it's a very handsome, muscular looking car. It is a very well proportioned tall boy hatchback in this category. While other hatchbacks are very sleek and lower down, this aids in practicality as well as getting it the right balance in terms of proportions. At the front you can see it continues with this continuous lining here. There's the LED DRL as well. There's a large bumper opening below, and overall, as you can see, this gets also blackened out mirrors and a roof which is also black in color as well. And what continues to be the highlight of the Altroz is the fact that this strip here continues to look very impressive, gives the car a very good look. Blue and black always looks fantastic. The great design on the Altroz is making it pop out even more. And yeah, that's the exterior for the Tata Altroz iTurbo here. It has the same 16-inch wheels. Even on the base variant you will get 16-inch steel wheels, but you will get 16-inch. That aids in many other aspects which we'll come to in the driving part. Let's quickly get into the inside of the cabin. Familiar layout. As you can see, you can keep a lot of stuff here. There's a tweeter here. Those are the AC vents. The new addition is the start stop. This is the auto start stop for the fuel saving tech. And what you can see here is similar buttons and steering wheel as before. The screen is the same as before, but it now gets Aira, where it understands voice commands really well in English as well as in English. So let's try one of the commands. मुझे गर्मी लग रही है.
ओके, एसी का तापमान घटाकर 19 किया जा रहा है.
Thank you, Aira. So as you can understand, it will obviously work in English as well, but I just wanted to give you an example that it works in Hindi. This is a segment first feature, and Aira also gives you a whole host of features, and it's an app where you can download on your phone, and you can control the engine, the AC, and it's got geofencing and remote control and all of those features that you expect from a connectivity feature technology package. And now these are the buttons here. The sound system from Harman Kardon continues to be offered on this car, and it is very good. The sound quality is excellent. This is the massive glove box, which is cooled as well as illuminated, and it can take a lot of stuff. As you can see, you can keep small stuff here, and lower down you can keep more stuff there as well. It is pretty impressive. And as you can see, sits flush really well. The button is also flush, so it looks very neat. The overall textured plastic gives it a very high quality cabin feel. This piano black, it's like piano silver if you want to call it. It looks really good. The three different sets of plastic, one here, one here, one here, and one here also, including 4, is fantastic. What you also get is an express cool button, and it closes.
Express cooling off, normal cooling mode on.
As you can see, there's a lot of cooling. It lowers down the temperature to almost 16 or 18 and blows air at full speed. It chills down the cabin in no time. It's very hot in Mumbai right now, even at 11 o'clock in the morning, and this express AC has already helped us multiple times. So that's also one of the new features that has been added to the top of the line variant. You've got voice commands that work really well, and this is the kind of storage you have. You get this key as well, along with this wristband, which is like a watch. You can control all the features from here and see a lot of highlights about the same. This is the kind of space you have to keep some stuff here, and these are new leather seats. They look, the perforated leather looks really impressive. This new light beige, light grey color with black and grey running around now makes the car even more sportier. We would have expected a all black interior scheme or something like that with the iTurbo, but then again Tata has chosen not to do that. Maybe Tata is now known for getting us variants again and again. Maybe the next variant might actually get it, and that will up the cabin ambience, luxury quotient or the sporty quotient really well. We've got automatic lights, automatic wipers, and start stop button here, electric mirrors. This continues to be manual though. You're getting sun blinds, mirror only on that side. You've got adjustable headrest, adjustable seat belts. So there's a lot of features on offer here. And this is the sport button, and for the sport button for the engine. That's a 12-volt socket right there. This is the fast charging USB. This has also helped us out in the morning, and it works really well. We can definitely assure you that. Space, as you can see, you've got good amount of space over there, and that's the instrument cluster as before. You can control everything via this button here, and as you can see, distance to empty, instant fuel economy, fuel efficiency parameters, and 2 trip meters, and this is the power and torque. As you can see, that's the amount of torque that it used while revving the engine. And it's got these steering mounted controls. Horn is not entirely in between, it becomes difficult, so Tata is very well integrated this here. It's very great if you stuck in a situation you want to honk and you don't get your hand here in between. So this is a nice way to do it. It's on both sides, so it's even better. This leather steering wheel looks and feels really nice, really high quality. Overall cabin continues to look quite impressive. It's one of the best Tata cabins in the current lineup, if you ask me. In the way the quality is done and the way the fit finish is done, it's very, very impressive indeed. So giving you a look of the cabin from this angle, what you can see here is the air purifier. That's an accessory from Blancpain, and it's quite a good accessory. We had told you about this when Tata introduced a whole host of accessories for their cars, and this is an optional, obviously, accessory. This does not come with the car, but it's the same one as the i20, and it costs only 2,000 rupees, and I think it's a great addition to have in today's times. Apart from that, as you can see in the back, we've got AC vents, a 12-volt charging socket, so you can charge multiple items, and that's the amount of space I have. As always, pretty impressive. Legroom is fantastic. As you can see, my feet are going all the way inside. Enough knee room, and headroom is also quite generous because of the tall design that the Ultros has. You have got adjustable headrests on all the ends here. And in terms of features list, what I also want to tell you that it obviously gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It can read your text from not just from SMS, from WhatsApp as well, so I think that's fantastic. You've got automatic climate control, you've got keyless entry and go. I showed you the wristband where you can control features, and then there is the Aira app which you can use and control a whole host of features. You can remote start stop your car, you can enter valet mode and geofencing and everything that you expect from a feature laden car or connectivity car. It's all here. This makes it on par with the Hyundai i20, which was also launched recently. This is the only two hatchbacks right now. Premium design on the outside, the new Harbor Blue color, all of that makes the car look very impressive. But let's not forget that Tata is the only premium hatchback in this segment right now which offers a 5-star rated safety rating from Global NCAP. It's got the airbags, it's got all the safety measures that you need. It's passed the test with flying colors, and that makes the Tata Ultros quite a competitive car in this aspect. But obviously the main question here is what's the iTurbo like? Let me tell you more about it once we start driving. Ultros iTurbo all about? Well, let's get done with the numbers. It's a same engine as the one which was offered at launch, but that was a naturally aspirated motor. Now of course this has a turbo on it, and this makes 110 PS of power and 140 Nm of torque. It's claiming to have a mileage of 18.6 kilometers to the liter, and it does 0 to 100 under 12 seconds. We've been getting 12 to 13 kilometers in the city and 14 to 15 on the highway, and those are quite respectable numbers if you ask me, because Tata has basically tuned this engine to be on the commuter side. It doesn't have the high torque and the high power that the Nexon gets, and it's been delivering that the whole idea to get it more tractable and more fuel economical has paid off, and this is doing that rather well. But most importantly for us enthusiasts, how does it feel like to drive? Well, it's got a lot of low end torque and a good mid-range, but sadly after 110 kilometers an hour it sort of tapers down. You'll still have to rev it hard, let's say in fourth gear, if you want to cruise at or overtake from 100 to 120. It is best that you downshift from fifth to fourth and do that, and you do that in sport mode to get the best out of it. In terms of NVH, well, the engine in normal city mode makes a reasonable amount of noise that seeps into the cabin, but again it's not disturbing in any way. Put it in sport mode.
Sport drive mode activated.
That's what it says when you do that, and the engine becomes more livelier. It feels like it revs more freely, it makes more power, because the urgency, as you can see, is much better and much improved over the city version. So like we keep on saying, the drive modes in Tata cars are not gimmicks. They actually work really well. On the base variant you will get the eco mode and along with city mode. In the turbo version you are getting city mode and sport mode, so which is also the engine is also on the top 3 variants. You're not getting the turbo petrol version in the lower variants, and what I'm saying is the drive modes make a lot of sense. They work really well, they give you that feel, it's apparent on the road, and even in sport mode I realize the economy also drops slightly, which makes you realize that those modes work really well in terms of performance over fuel efficiency is happening as we speak, and that's the other way around when you put it in city mode without a compromise on drivability. So I think the city mode is the best. Obviously it's the default mode, you're going to be in that, but once you press sport mode and give it throttle, it goes ahead with authority. NVH in sport mode also increases a bit, but it's not that intrusive. You're going to hear the engine, but again it's not disturbing. It's not going to turn you off, or it's too noisy or anything like that. In fact, we've seen that 3-cylinder motors are actually getting better than 4-cylinder motors in certain aspects, because the way they are delivering NVH, fuel efficiency, performance, and all of those things together. So engineering is coming a long way when it comes to turbo petrol motors, and then turbo petrol motors in the Indian market, very specifically to Indian manufacturers as well. And as you can see, the gearbox, this is one of the best Tata gearboxes that I've come across. They are so slick, they are so easy to throw, they feel reassuring, they are let's say they will make things smoother and better for you. It's very light as well, so it's easier to use, and the clutch is also quite light. I finally, I have no complaints from the pedal area as well, which I usually have from Tata cars. I think the pedals feel just right. Speaking of pedals, let's get to the braking part. Well, it doesn't get rare disc brakes. It remains the same, but Tata has tuned the suspension a bit, and I'm assuming they have tuned the brakes as well a bit. I see no difference in my recent experience with the turbo diesel that I had. Both brakes feel the same, because obviously the diesel still makes more torque than the petrol motor, and it already had the brakes to deal with this kind of power and torque. What is very surprising, and as always a very big highlight from Tata, apart from safety of course, is the ride and handling package. Well, I love to be friends who's tuning the suspension on these cars. This just puts a smile on my face on, and it will put a smile on your face as well, because the ride quality and the body roll balance is so good. It's absolutely amazing for our roads. It just feels magical. You can call it a magic carpet ride, because the balance is spot on. I can have fun in the corners. I can change lanes at higher speeds. The body roll doesn't affect me much, and the car's composure is fantastic at slow speeds and high speeds. Obviously, it does get slightly jarry, but I think that compromise is worth it because the low speed ride quality will be slightly stiffer when you get a suspension balance like this. As you can see, I just went over a small patch of bad road at 70-75 kilometers an hour, and it just took that really well. Nobody will get disturbed or rolled around with that, and that's the best part. The comfort, the body roll, and the balance that this car has is fantastic. Even the steering is pretty impressive. It doesn't have that much feedback, but it's got very good precision. It weighs up on the highway really well, and it is a good steering indeed, but obviously it could have been slightly more better. But then I think I'm happy with the steering for now. Obviously we'll see what happens when Tata keeps on improving. We might get a better steering, but then again I will still give the steering an 8 out of 10. This is very, very good. And yeah, like I said, I am really in love with the suspension, the braking, the ride quality, the highway stability. Be it at max speed, this car behaves like a European car. My experience with the diesel, which I had a very little time with, both the times when I drove it sadly, but it showed me that this car's composure, it was a quick highway run from Bombay to Pune and back. It just showcased that how good this car can be. Well, the diesel actually felt a little bit more stiffer than this, but this one with the turbo petrol motor and with the slight changes to the suspension, I think they've made it even more better. So what's the Tata Ultra's iTurbo to sum up? Well, it's not the kind of performance that we expected, but it's definitely way better than the naturally aspirated motor, which is not recommended. Definitely not recommended over this one. You should buy the iTurbo if you're looking for a petrol turbo car or a premium hatchback with a turbo petrol motor. It's got the efficiency, it's got a good amount of performance, not the best, but you get fuel efficiency, you get a 5-star rated NCAP car, you get Tata's wide sales and service network, which is also one of the cheapest cars to run in this segment, along with a whole host of features that you're getting in the car now. You've got connected technology, which is clearly on par with the Hyundai i20. It's got every feature that you ever look forward to. You've got navigation, you've got I've told you about all those features. It gets everything you would ever need, and and if you think you're still missing out something, let's say an air purifier, like I told you, it's just an accessory for a couple of thousand rupees, you can get that, and it sort of fits here rather well as well. And with the I was coming to the features part. Well, it has the features, it has the safety, it has a good balance of ride and handling, it has a good balance of fuel efficiency and performance, and that's what makes the Tata Ultra's iTurbo something to look forward to. I would definitely recommend that you take a test drive of this car, feel it, experience it before narrowing down your decision. This will change your mind, and I think that's it. That's what the Tata Ultra's iTurbo is all about. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like it, share it with your friends. Still have some questions, put them in the comment section below. I'll be very happy to answer them. Along with please subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, see you next time.